Hello, it's Fran Davidson from psychicandenergywork.com.au, and this is part 3 of my video component for the monthly observations for April 2025. Part 3 always looks at what I call the M.O.s in numerology. There are 3 main numbers in numerology: the birth number, the M.O., the reality number. The birth number tells us what we're here to learn about, get cornered by, even come to exemplify, understand, appreciate, exemplify in day-to-day life moving forward. The MO tells us how we might do that. In other words, how life might present, or even what life might present, so as to help us achieve the birth number states to that next degree. So this month's MOs are 29-2, as I say on the website, psychicandenergywork.com.au, in the monthly observations page. And also we have a second, as we always do, we have 2 layers of each of these numbers. So generically, every April, 29-2 comes around as the MO. In 2025, we also see 1326 coming through. So 29 adds down through 11 on its way to 2, which means that truth, big picture reality, is about to dawn on us or reveal itself all over again. 29 and therefore 11-2 can include moments where life sort of corners us, even thwarts us, so as to help us really get something that we're doing, get something that we need to develop. When I was first learning about numerology, 29-2 would often present as a really bad hair day. For example, almost finish a major document in Word or word processing, and at the very last minute it would crash, or the computer would crash, or somehow there would be something that would be threatening the ability to deliver to a deadline. 29-2 sometimes, or 11-2 more specifically, it can manifest as things like flat tires just when you really don't need them, and when do you need a flat tire? Therefore, 29 can really push you to the edge of your patience, your life is okay, your I'm going to make it, those sorts of things. It challenges perceptions. And part of that is because, in one sense, in those moments when life is flowing really well, it's really easy for a human being, I'd argue, maybe it's just me, but I doubt it, to sort of be so used to the process of production and flow that it starts to take that for granted. 11-2 can be a time when the universe turns around and says, you know what, stop managing me, stop assuming that you're in control of it all, that everything you're doing is the only, or how you're doing something is the only factor that goes into manifesting. So in a sense, 11 can be a time that amplifies any level of self making itself, without even thinking, the center of the universe, the center of creation, the center of production, whatever those words are. Because on a spiritual level, on a real spiritual level, manifesting isn't about how we fill the picture. And lessons in manifesting can, on this level, can often involve life saying, you know what, for as long as you're hogging the photo, life is not going to be able to flow as you know it can. 11-2 can very much be a time when life asks us to release all space, give it back to the creator, so that the creator can come in and fill it. Whether that be as perspective, whether that be as guidance, whether that just be as flow. Because one is very much self, therefore selfness, as we're channeling it. And of course, day-to-day reality can be such that our focus is pulled into the achievement of things. Our focus is pulled towards our schedule. Our focus can also be pulled just to the world around us. And of course, all of those things matter. But you see, when we're talking about spiritual flow, manifesting in an optimal, as in all that can happen sense, what we're often asked to do is to actually, of course the human beings involved, of course all those things matter. But you see, for any of those things to really take shape in positive, constructive, wonderful fullness, we actually have to make room for the universe to feature. And so again, 11 can be a time when the big picture rolls on in. Now that big picture can be really pleasant. It can be really delightful and affirming, because one is can also be a place of affirmation, empowerment, a place that really reinforces our sense of ourselves and just how well we are interfacing with life, with others, with the world outside. But 11-2 can also be a time that says, you know what, you're too in your boots, you're too in your mind, you're too in yourself. Not necessarily because you're doing that in a really negative way, but just because, hello, can you just make room for source to come in? Can you make room for guidance to feature? Can you make room for the bigger picture so that it can inform you, it can confirm for you, and it can also help you into the more that you know you're already on your way to achieving? 29 is interesting because it dovetails into the twos that I was talking about in the birth number section of the monthly observations for April 2025. And again, go through to that section, birth numbers, on the website psychicandenergywork.com.au. Because you've got a 2 in there, it's talking about the fact that the relationships are going to continue to be a place that teach us, stretch us, mentor us, and also invite us to just get on even better than we were. 9 is closure. It's finishing things, and often that's a perceptual event rather than just physical world or even energetic, in other senses. So those numbers altogether are sort of saying, you know what, this month it is through big picture. It is through, therefore, you choosing to access the big picture. If you want to be a proactive manifester, a manifester that's working with flow as best you can, it's do this proactively. Take time out, as I say often, to tune in, to connect with divine guidance, so as to then be guided, be assisted into positioning in the right way with the now as it's presenting energetically, informationally, not that that's a word, and also physically. So the other MO, of course, this month is 1326. Now, 6, again, on one level is authenticity. Big picture knowledge helps us be authentic. Through genuineness, we get to create healthy big picture. So 6 is a place that really can help us tap into ourselves in a way that we are less restricted, less confined, even less efforting. And even that's an interesting perspective, because 6 in one level is rest. 6 is relax. It's have a cup of tea. It's actually like, you know what, let go of everything just for a second, chill. Even that is how we tap into the big picture. So what I want to do there is really reinforce the fact that these 2 M.O.s in April 2025 are very much directed at helping us access or just come into better connection with the whole of life experience, the whole of what we know, the whole of what can be known through looking after our spiritual connection, and therefore through choosing the energies that we want to connect to and actually connect to by simply making room for that to occur. If I double back to the birth number, then it's 4 in both counts, generically and specifically, in April 2025. So therefore, these numbers are saying that we're going to build well this month. We're going to revitalise our platforms, consolidate our positions, enhance our understanding by having moments that are quite possibly, shall we say, out of our control, very much on the energetic, spiritual, invisible layer, in a way that helps us glean more than we were before, that helps us appreciate our place, everybody else's place, and just exactly what we can do with those things in a way that lead to genuine, long-term, healthy, holistic good on every level. So hopefully that explains a little bit more about this month. Please get in contact if you need a hand, and obviously feel free to forward feedback and or questions if you want to discuss this more. Take good care. Thanks for tuning into part 3. Go through to part 4 now, which is talking about the end results of this month's major numerological components. This month is supposed to be a really positive month, really forward building, and we've got more master numbers in the chart that I'll run through in part 4. Take good care. Thanks for tuning in. All the very best to you.